clays flying, engines roaring full. Side by side, leaning into the fight, chasing that checkered flag at night. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Finished steel, we're tough as nails. One lap closer, bringing trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. Got mud in the gears, fuel in the veins, working all week just to feel this strain. On the edge, we don't play it safe. Running that wall, we're hitting the brakes. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Big steel, we're tough as nails. One lap closer, bringing trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. In the pits, we're family bound by grease and grit, building dreams from the crowd. There's no quit. We live for the thrill. Speed's our desire. When we hit the track, we're playing with fire. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Baby steel, we're tough as nails. One lap closer, breaking trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. This is our creed. Dirt track living is all we need. Giving it all, no room for slack. Down in the mud and we're never looking back.
What's up, everybody? Getting up in the session now. Looks like it is a 52-39 SOF for the UMP Modifieds. That is going to be our first race of the night. What's up, Landon? What's up, buddy?
Feel the thunder roll, the clays flying, engines roaring full.
So weird not doing big blocks first. This will be a first doing UMP Modifieds, but should be some good racing here tonight. They were pretty good last season. As we get up in the session, we're going to go ahead and jump into the game as we jump down into the UMP Modifieds. Right now at the top of the charts, no surprise, it is going to be Keith Hackney in the number 69, currently out there with that quick time. Michael Clark taking the championship last season with the UMP Modifieds. I hate that. It tells us who's talking down there now, and there's no way that I know of to get rid of that. What's up? What's up, buddy? Yeah, I miss coming out there and hanging out with you guys. I definitely miss hanging out with you guys. Hopefully soon. I just can't do the 4 o'clock. I don't know why it's not showing my TikTok chat. I gotta go. Oh, because I didn't do the stupid puzzle. That's why. All right, that should fix it. It's not that. It's just I started back at school, and I have to utilize as much of the day as I can to make money. I like the GR86 too. I'm actually pretty quick at it. All right, let's see where we're at. Keith Hackney still at the top of the charts. Looks like Matt Selby's up in this one, trying to look at a couple names that we normally see. Richie Yost in here. Brundage running here tonight in the UMP Modifieds. What's up, Butters? What's up, buddy? All right, let's get ready for qualifying here as these guys get out on the track. We are at the dirt track at Charlotte here tonight for the UMP Modifieds. After this will be the big block modifieds at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a little bit later time for the big blocks. Then we will close the night out with the supers. Then we're going to switch it all back up next week, and we will be at our normal time. But with the update, iRacing did postpone all the 8 p.m. openers. So we are starting at 9:15 here tonight. We are on the track with Tyler Bickford in that number 57, I think is what he said, as he comes across the line, looking to put down a qualifying time. Corey Roberts out there putting the first lap down. Dylan Gibbs going to go in with the quick time right now. Let's see where Bickford's able to put it as he comes out of turn number 4. I am not. Bickford's going to be third quickest. No, I told him I wasn't coming back this year. See if Bickford's able to pick up the pace any here on lap number 2. As he comes across the line, he is not able to. He's going to be stuck deep in the field here tonight. Right now, Dylan Gibbs out there with the quick time. We got Keith Hackney out on the track. Matt Selby out on the track. Couple heavy hitters out there putting down some lap times. Let's see where can Keith Hackney put that number 69 machine as Selby goes quick time. Did Hackney get the wall? Hackney's lap did not count. Nice. That'll be good to see out there, Clark. Hope you're not too rusty. As did Hackney get the wall? He might have gotten it a little bit. He's going to go fourth quick with a 15.488. Richie Yost out on the track in the number 29 machine. He's going to come across the line. He's going to be eighth quick with a 15.522. All right, so Richie Yost's going to come across the line again. Is he able to pick up the pace on lap number 2? He is not. He's going to be 4/100 slower. He is not going to pick up the pace any as Cody is now out on the track in the number 17 machine. He is the last one to qualify. Let's see if he can put that thing up at the top of the boards. He's going to drift out of turn number 4. That's going to kill his time as he comes across the line. He's going to be 15th quick, putting Nick Brundage 16th on the field. So there are 16 cars. Everybody's going to make the feature here tonight. No LCQ for the UMP Modifieds. As that is going to be the end of qualifying with Matt Selby at the top of the charts here tonight with a 15.413. Getting ready here for heat race number 1 as they get out on the track. It is going to be Matt Selby starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. Gavin Gravitt in that number 2 spot. Jared Jones going to start in that number 3 position. Blake Dawson in 4th. Going to be Kevin Horner in the number 5 spot. Dustin Hennigan in 6th. Travis in 7th. Rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Cody Racing. All right, we are going to go ahead and line them up here for heat race number 1 as they get out on the track here tonight at Charlotte. Not a whole lot of changes for the dirt side. We got a couple things like spoilers falling off on the supers. And from what I heard, the big block modifieds are a little looser than they've been in the past. So we'll see how that affects the racing here tonight. But no major changes over on the dirt side, as I'm going to have a little bit of a... What is doing that? I don't know why my connection just dropped a little bit, but we'll find out as these guys pull off the starting lineup. I'm going to keep an eye on that. If I get the drop again, we'll try and diagnose it a little bit. All right, it's going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 1 as they pull out on the track. It is going to be Matt Selby leading the way here tonight in heat race number 1. Gavin, you're having a little bit of an internet malfunction. Who's your picks here in heat race number 1 as they head through turn number 3 and 4 here at the dirt track at Charlotte? A lot of people love this track. This is a big track for the UMP Modifieds. We'll see how they race. What's up, Brett? What's up, buddy? All right, heading down into turn number 1 and 2. Matt Selby leads the way. Pace truck going to pull in on the back straightaway. When will Matt Selby fire him off as they head down the back straightaway? Looking for turn number 3. Pace truck is off. Technically, they can go whenever they want at this point as they head into turn number 3. How soon will Matt Selby start him as they look for the green flag? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Selby gets a nice jump down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Jared Jones down on the bottom side in that number 19. Tries to slide up as Gavin threads the needle down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Selby leading this time by as the battle's going to be for about 4th on back as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Gavin trying to roll that bottom side but not able to get the speed as these guys drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, it is going to be Dustin Hennigan getting around Kevin Horner. Horner falling back, stuck down on that bottom side as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. 2 laps in the books. Going to be 3 laps complete when they come by this time by Hennigan into the wall. Hennigan is going to grab the wall in turn number 3 and 4. Falls all the way back. He's going to be side by side with Cody. Goes back up to the top side on the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Single file up ahead of him as Hennigan trying to secure that number 7 spot as here comes Kevin Horner. Back down low on Blake Dawson. Blake Dawson in that number 10 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Horner's going to get up underneath. He's going to slide him in turn number 3 and 4. Up the track. Cut down by Dawson. Dawson going to get that spot at the line, but Horner had the run down the front straightaway. Dawson going to slide up in 1 and 2, cut down by Horner. Horner going to drive it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slides back up into the number 4 spot. Here comes Hennigan back in the number 16. Hennigan threw a haymaker back there, almost collected Dawson. Here comes Dawson back on the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Got a cluster of 4 cars racing here for 4th on back. Top 3 single file spread out a little bit. We're going to stay on this battle as they get 1 lap to go. White flag is out. White flag is out as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Hennigan with the run down the back straightaway. He's going to get up underneath Travis. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Almost up into Dawson as they come across the line. It's going to be Selby, Gravitt, Jones, Horner, Dawson, Carruthers, Hennigan, and Racing, your field as they come across the line for heat race number 1. All right, it is time to stack them up again here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight. Name I don't hear as often as I used to hear, if I could talk. It is going to be the number 33 of Dylan Gibbs. Outside of him in the number 69 machine, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Starting inside of row number 2 in that number 7 machine, it's going to be Brennan White. Outside of him in the number 29, it's going to be Richie Yost. Starting inside of row number 3 in that number 1 machine, it's going to be Corey Roberts. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Blake Henn. Starting inside of row number 4 in the 07, it's going to be Tyler Bickford, and Brundage did not grid up. So no Brundage here in heat race number 1. Did he leave? I guess that's going to be the question. Let's take a look and see at this new UI. Nick Brundage did disconnect. So Brundage is not going to be in the racing here tonight as he decided to pull out of this one. I just realized I got best time still up as they come across the line. It is going to be 1 to go, looking for the green flag this time by. Can Hackney find his way around Dylan Gibbs for the win here in heat race number 2? We're going to find out as they come out of turn number 2. Pace truck going to pull in on the back straightaway, looking for the green flag this time by. Side by side, all the way through the field. Tyler Bickford, the only one single file because Brundage is not there. As we look for the green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Little bit of contact back there for the number 3 spot as it looked like Richie Yost came down into Brennan White. He's going to lose some ground as Bickford falls all the way back, loses a ton of ground on the field. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Dylan Gibbs leading the way. Keith Hackney in second as they come down the front straightaway. Got a little bit of a battle further back right around this number 5 spot as here comes Blake Henn on the high side. He's going to take the spot back as they head into 3 and 4. Corey Roberts falls back into the number 6 spot. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Battle for the lead, starting to heat up. Here comes Hackney up underneath Gibbs, down the back straightaway. Can't get it to stick. He's got to get back in line. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 laps complete as they come across the line. This time by Hackney chasing down Dylan Gibbs. Can Gibbs hold on? Hackney all over the back of him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney's going to look low. Almost contact. Oh, there is contact out of turn 4. That's going to check up Hackney a lot as here comes Brennan White. Brennan White going to dig on the high side out of turn number 2. He's side by side with Gibbs. Gets together. He's in the wall. Into the wall by Brennan White. He's going to be out of this one. Richie Yost up to the number 2 spot. Blake Henn in 3rd. Hackney in 4th. Corey Roberts and Bickford left on the track as it looked like Hackney might have gotten a little piece of that. He gets the wall again, heading into turn number 3 and 4. I think he's got a broken right front. That thing definitely looks junk as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go as they come down the back straightaway. Going to be Richie Yost trying to chase down our leader, Dylan Gibbs, as they head through turn number 3 and 4. There's going to be white flag, 1 lap to go out of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. Gibbs trying to hold on. Wow, Yost going to gain big time in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Can he make the move in 3 and 4? Gibbs leads the way. Yost going to go to the bottom. He's going to roll the bottom as they come on to turn number 4. It's going to be Gibbs with the win. Yost second. And Roberts, Bickford, Hackney, and White, your top 7. All right, so things got a little interesting there. As we get ready for tonight's main event, it is going to be 30 laps here tonight for the main event. We're going to be done well before. Oh, this is going to kind of suck. As we get these guys out on the track, let's go ahead and pull up tonight's starting lineup. Tonight's starting lineup, starting on the pole here tonight in the number 46 machine, it's going to be Matt Selby. Outside of him in the number 33 Dirty Mo machine, it's going to be Dylan Gibbs. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 96M, it's going to be Gavin Gravitt. Outside of him in the number 29 Yost Racing machine, it's going to be Richie Yost. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 19 machine, it is going to be Jared Jones. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Blake Henn. Starting inside, row number 4 in the 121, it's going to be Kevin Horner. Outside of him, in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Corey Roberts. Starting inside, row number 5, in that number 10 machine, it's going to be Blake Dawson. Outside of him, in the number 07, it's going to be Tyler Bickford. Starting inside, row number 6, in the number 89 machine, it's going to be Travis Carruthers. Wow, I can't talk here tonight. Outside of him, in the number 69, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside, row number 7, it's going to be the 16 of Dustin Hennigan. Outside of him, in the number 7B, it's going to be Brennan White. And then rounding out the field here tonight, in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Cody Racing. Looking for the green flag as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway down into 1 and 2. Going to be Selby leading the way, but here comes Gavin Gavitt. Up underneath, can't quite get the spot as they head into 3 and 4. Jones going to roll the bottom as we got issues in the back. Dustin Hennigan turned around. No caution flag. They keep it green as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Going to be 2 and 3 wide through the field as Hennigan has issues. Let's go take a look and see what happened to Hennigan. Whoa. Did he catch the inside tire? Oh, he's going to catch that tire. Oh, man. That is unfortunate. I think he got Hackney and White, both of them getting caught up in that one. They're able to keep moving forward as Selby continues to lead. Going to be Dylan Gibbs in that number 2 spot. Jared Jones working for third as Gavin Gravitt has gotten back to the number 4 spot as we've seen one up into the wall. That is going to be Kevin Horner in the 121. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Leading the way is going to be Matt Selby. The action right now going to be right around that number 4 spot. Jones has it. He's got Yost behind him as they come out of turn number 2. Jared Jones also trying to work the 996M of Gavin Gravitt as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Single file up at the front. Here comes Corey Roberts hounding the 29 of Richie Yost. Yost going to regather his composure, try to reel back in that number 19 of Jared Jones as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to keep it single file up at the front as we watch this battle right here around the number 5 spot, starting to heat up as Roberts going to get a great 1 and 2. Good run out of turn number 2. Here comes Corey Roberts to the bottom. Roberts going to roll the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Richie Yost up high as they come out of turn number 4. Keeps that momentum going, able to keep that number 5 spot that time by as the top 3 close together. Selby continues to lead as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Dylan Gibbs starting to look up underneath Selby. Selby going to get the run out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Caution flag comes out. Looks like Blake Henn going to have an issue here. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Oh, he got ran over. All right, so look like who was it? Yeah, it might have been Corey Roberts got it in the wall there, then got the run, got it in the back, and spun him around as the caution flag comes out for the first time here tonight. 8 laps into this one. As we get that first caution here tonight, it is going to be the Matt Selby show so far. But Dylan Gibbs and Gavin Gravitt had both closed the gap. That battle for the lead was about to heat up before that caution flag came out. All right, we're going to try to re-rack them, restack them here once again. Oh, we're going to do this. All right, so it looks like they're going to get that one to go. They're going to stack them back up 2 by 2. As we get ready to look for that green flag this time by Selby leads the way. Kenny hold on to the lead as they come out of turn number 2. Pace truck going to pull in, and we will be looking for that green flag. Pace truck is in as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. I expect Selby to possibly go a little bit sooner this time. He does. Green flag is out. Great jump by Selby as he comes out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Battle's going to be for second. Here comes Gravitt up underneath. He's going to slide into the number 2 spot. Almost gets into Selby. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Selby leading the way as they head down the front straightaway. Oh, contact for second as Gibbs takes that number 2 spot back. Gavin behind him. Here comes Richie Yost up underneath in that number 29. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Selby going to lead the way. Dylan Gibbs in second. Gravitt in third. Richie Yost fourth. Tyler Bickford in that number 5 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Hackney trying to roll the bottom out of turn number 2. Richie is getting it, isn't he? This is so tough. I know you wanted to be doing big blocks right now, Jordan. As they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It's getting a little interesting here right around the mid-pack as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We've got a race for the lead. Here comes Dylan Gibbs up underneath. Dylan not able to make the move. He's got to get back in line. Top three single file back to where they were before the caution flag came out as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Single file for our leaders as they come across the line. This time by going to be 14 laps complete at the line. 14 laps complete halfway next time by as Hackney is working his way up through. Him and Yost make contact. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looks like Blake had some issues. Oh, Horner hard on the wall in 3 and 4. Tried the slider there. Had to slide a bunch of cars. Grabs the wall as the battle for the lead is starting to heat up. But look at this battle right here for the number 5 spot as Richie Yost continues to hold on to it. Richie in that number 29 getting hounded by Keith Hackney as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Hackney back down low out of turn number 2. Big run for Yost down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Hackney going to throw the slider into turn number 3 up the track, moves him up into the number 5 spot. Here comes Yost back down low. Yost going to slide him in 1 and 2. Easy cut down by Hackney as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Hackney into the number 5 spot once again. Yost going to try to get the run. Can he get up underneath? He doesn't. He stays to the top side in turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, settling down just a little bit here as Corey Roberts puts himself up in the mix as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle up front definitely starting to heat up as we now got 4 cars in that battle for the lead. Yost tries to send it up in there as Hackney going to grab the wall out of turn number 2. Yost down low looking for that number 5 spot back as they're side by side out of turn number 4, almost into Hackney. Oh, he gets the wall. Yost hard in the wall down the front straightaway. Down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead starting to heat up. We got one down to the bottom. That is going to be Gavin Gravitt as he rolls the bottom down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead as Dylan Gibbs tries to close the gap on a Selby. So far, it's been the Selby show here tonight as he has led every single lap as they come out of turn number 2. 22 laps complete. It's going to be 7 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. 7 laps to go as they come across the line. Going to be Matt Selby leading the way. Can he hold on? Dylan Gibbs. Gibbs in the number 33, hounding the 46 as they come down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Gibbs closing the gap through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs going to throw the slider in 1 and 2. Easy cut down by Selby. Selby going to roll the bottom down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Puts it back in the lead. Here comes Bickford. Bickford in the 07. He's been moving his way up through the field, up 7 spots, up to 3rd. Here comes Gibbs with another slide. Gibbs going to come up the track. Selby going to get the run down the back straightaway. He's looking for turn number 3 and 4. Slides into turn number 3 and 4. Up the track. Takes the lead back as they come out of 4. Here comes Gibbs looking back low. 4 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs going to slide up the track. Cut down by Selby. Bickford rolling that bottom. We got a 3-car battle. Looking for 3 and 4. A little bit of contact between Gibbs and Selby. Gibbs in the wall out of turn number 4. Here comes Bickford back into that number 07 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Gibbs going to slide up the track. Hackney gives Gibbs the door in turn number 1 and 2. New race leaders ahead into turn number 3 and 4. Bickford with the lead. Gibbs going to slide him. Bickford going to cut back up underneath. 2 laps to go at the line. It's almost a dead heat, but it was Gibbs at the line that time by. Bickford going to slide up the track out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Gibbs, back up underneath. He's going to throw the slider. Bickford, he throws the haymaker. Bickford's going to cross the line. White flag out, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. Bickford holds it a little bit lower through 1 and 2. Here comes Gibbs down low, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3 and 4. Gibbs going to throw the slide. Here comes Bickford. Contact as Selby gets into Bickford. Out of turn number 4, Gibbs takes the win. Bickford in second, Matt Selby third. Your top 3 here tonight. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting our final results. Well, that got interesting. All right, it's going to be Dylan Gibbs with the win here tonight. Tyler Bickford in second. Going to be Matt Selby in that number 3 spot. Gavin Gravitt in fourth. Going to be Keith Hackney in fifth. Corey Roberts in sixth. Richie Yost in seventh. Going to be Horner in that number 8 spot. Jones in ninth. Cody Racing in a 10th. Going to be Travis in that number 11 spot. Brennan White in 12th. Dawson in 13th. Blake Haddon going to finish 14th. Hennigan in 15th. And Brundage did not start the race. I'll tell you what, that was a wild finish there for the UMP Modifieds. We'll see if anybody jumps up into the Discord. We do have a little bit of time. As we're going to go ahead and take a look and see if anybody is in the Discord. I don't know if any of these guys are going to jump in. That's the only person? Yeah. I get it. All right. That was pretty freaking wild at the end there. That was definitely pretty wild. I thought Bickford was going to steal that one. He came 8 spots for Bickford up to the number 2 spot. Hackney up 7 spots to 5th. Honestly, a pretty wild finish. And we're going to go ahead and see what is going on here in iRacing. We got a couple minutes to kill. About 13 minutes to kill before the big block official goes up. You know, I thought about doing the super race opener, but I've traditionally done the big block opener, and we're going to keep with that tradition. We're going to see what's going on in the practices here. Let's see who is all registered for this. I see Colin Murphy is registered. Glenn Spangler. That's a name I haven't seen in an opener in a minute. He won't make top split. Ethan Bill is signed up. Jordan Laboon is signed up. Ryan Goffmanis, Ragin' Ray, Michael Swank, Nick Ham, Nick Brundage. Oh boy, it is going to be an interesting one here tonight. Definitely going to be an interesting one here tonight as these guys get ready for tonight's main event. I can't jump into whatever practice they're in. Hold on, let's see. All right, we're going to go try to jump into a practice real quick as we kill about 10 minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the screen. I'm going to go ahead and save this replay. I don't see anybody in Discord. Nobody in Discord. Save that replay because that was a good race and it deserves a save. For whatever reason, whatever practice those guys are in, it will not let me spectate it. So we're going to go ahead and spectate this other practice. We'll see who's in there just so we got a little something on the screen while we wait for the modifieds here tonight. It is going to be 50 laps here tonight at Limaland for the big block modifieds. Should be a pretty wild one here. What did Laboon? Oh, yeah. So I was just reading LaFon's comment. He said his setup didn't even work. So from what I heard is the left rear bite has changed on the big block modified. So none of season 3 setups work. You do have to make adjustments to make that work. Looks like Brandon Barnhart getting ready to race. Matthew Watts, Matt Schaefer, Richie Yost has moved over here to the big blocks to run those. So we're just going to jump in this practice for a couple minutes while we wait for the big block opener. All right, just so you guys know, we've moved the Dirt ARCA cars over to Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. If you guys want to run those, we will be running those every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little bit longer race, a little less pressure. Some of these guys that like to run openers will be able to run that day, so should get some better fields. I'm definitely interested to see if we get a big enough field. We may do 2 different sessions, so keep an eye on that. As we got some big block modifieds out on the track right now, we're going to let these guys roll around for a little bit. Brandon Barnhart out on the track. Remember, guys, this is just practice. We are not in the race session yet. That'll be up a little bit later in about 8 minutes. Brian Hodge out there on the track of the number 14 machine. Good to see them. Looks like Roundtree has registered. I already said Schaefer. I already said Yost. Ryan Orto out there in the 71. This is going to be a pretty high SOF, I got a feeling. So we're not going to see some of these guys making it up to the top split. How's everybody doing tonight? What you guys up to? How was your week off from iRacing openers? Did you guys have a pleasant week number 13? All right, let's see. It's not letting me, I can't see the other practice that everybody's in. A lot of the other guys. Let's see who else we got in here. So this is all new, so I don't even know if they do different sessions. We got our entries. Oh, they do have different sessions. All right. All right, so I haven't played around with this too much, so I'm still learning this new UI. Those of you out there, what do you guys think about the UI? Hackney a little frustrated with his finish. What's up, Drew Alton? What's up, buddy? You running the opener? What's up, Drew? I'm not used to having to wait for races to open up like this. This is definitely not my usual thing. So after the big block modifieds, we will be doing the second top split for the supers. So those will be up here at about 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so we have about 5 minutes left here in practice as we are going to get ready for tonight's opener. Jump over to the race session here shortly as these guys get the laps in here, getting ready for tonight's. Your PC shit the bed. I'm going to be out for a while. Oh, that sucks. What's up, Karen? What's up, Karen? We'll be jumping over to the race here in just a few minutes. So for whatever reason, this first time iRacing's ever done it, they did not open up the normal. So normally it would have been 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the openers, but they did not do that. They decided not to open the 8 p.m. Sessions for any series. So 9 o'clock. This will be the one week only that we'll be starting at a little bit later and mixing up the way we broadcast. I actually don't hate this. It flows a little bit better, but definitely not what I'm used to. Yeah, I like this track. This was the first track I actually ever raced in a big block. Was at Lima Land, and I got in there and didn't have a setup. Made a gear change and a couple little tweaks that I had no clue what I was doing to the car, and got the pole. And there were some good drivers in there. It was just sheer luck, and I went straight to the back after the race started. I was not prepared for what I got into. So, yeah, this was the first track I ever raced the big block modifieds at on iRacing right here. And it was my first big block race and my first big block pole all in the same night. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got for time. We've got about 3 minutes left. Let's see who has joined, who has registered. It is not telling me. I don't know if I like this new... The UI is a little wonky. All right, let's see. It is acting super funny. All right. Let's see. Barnhart's in it. Looking for some of our regular names. Let's see. Murphy's in it. Damian Ward is registered. Aaron Rockefeller is registered. We'll see if he makes top split. Ethan Bill is registered. Glenn Spangler, I don't think he'll make top split, is registered. Jordan LaFawn will more than likely make top split. He's registered. Joseph Matthews, a couple names that we are familiar with seeing. Kenneth Borey might make the top split here tonight. He is registered. The name we don't see very often. Roundtree is registered. Schaefer is registered. Watts is registered. Swank is registered. Nicholas Ham is registered. Ragin' Ray, Nick Brundage, Richie Yost, Ryan Kuta is registered. That is a name I haven't seen. Well, he's in a practice anyway. I think he said something about coming back. So Ryan Kuta is registered for the opener. Goffmanis is registered. Purcell is registered. And some of these guys I mentioned that I just assume are going to be in top split. You know, LaFawn, if you're watching, it's going to be close on whether or not you make top split. I don't know. There's not a crazy amount of cars. How many cars are registered right now? 53. Oh, it'll be so close. It's going to split 3 times. You're slow. Are you in this one? Hold on. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to move this back over here. All right. Let me go ahead and see. Are you in this? Are you in this practice session? Oh, you are. You're 16th quick. 12.52. Yeah, I see it. I'd go do a lap, but I don't have anything configured. I'm actually just spectating, but I could do a lap ghosting it. I don't even know. It's been so long. I'm so freaking rusty. I need to run again. I definitely need to start looking into running again. All right. It is 9 o'clock, guys. 9 o'clock. We're going to get into and get ready for the opener. I'm going to go ahead and put this screen up, and we are going to jump out of this practice session and get ready for tonight's opener for the big block modifieds. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get a better idea of where we are at tonight for this opener. Curious who's going to make it and who isn't, because this is going to be close for a few of the regulars. Definitely going to be close for a few of these guys making it. All right, it is not showing it to me yet. Just waiting. I could have jumped in the practices that way. Okay. I still don't get this new UI, even what they switched just last week. Or last season. Still learning some of it. No races up for me yet. All right, looks like they should be up already. Let's see if it'll show it to me to spectate. It won't. I got to back out of this and go back in. So, a couple new things with the setup. I'm curious on how these cars are going to run here tonight, how it's going to affect the racing through the night. They are definitely more loose. They changed the left rear bite. Some of these guys have to take a left rear bite out of it. That is going to affect how these cars handle and how they drive out of the corner here tonight. It is going to be interesting to see who adapts well here tonight with the new stuff, with new setups on the big blocks. As we go ahead and we start jumping into that session, I am in there. Well, on my way in there. I'll tell you, it is a 59-92 SOF. And LaFon did make it. All right, so Brundage, Stout, McDonald, Murphy, Ward, Ethan Bill, Jordan LaFon, Joseph Matthews, Bore, Roundtree, Schaefer, Watts, Swink, Ham, Brundage, Raging Ray, Kuta, Goffmanis, and Sean is in there. Holy shit. Krawcheck is in there. What's up, Schaefer? What's up, Schaefer? Did you make this one? Yes, you did. Got that iRacing up. You've been making top split every week. All right, so we are getting up into this race. All right, in the session, give me 1 second. We will bring it up on the screen. What? That is wild. That's wild, LaFon. Try and turn off iRacing and turn it back on, like close out of it completely. All right, so Ethan Bill at the top of the charts here in practice. Yeah. What Andrew said. What Andrew said. Andrew probably was going to come back this week and then saw the schedule said Limeland, and he said, nope, it's going to be next week. All right, so make sure you guys get those likes, shares, and follows out there. Let's get them up on the screen as we get ready for the big block modifieds here tonight. It is going to be 50 laps here tonight at Limeland. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. This is going to be a strong field here tonight. It tripped you out. Did you get back in? You think we're good? You're coming back in? Good. Okay, yeah, I see. It says you are connected. You packet dropped is what it said originally. Murphy's in there. Murphy packet dropped too. You weren't the only one. All right, is everybody in here? That's going to be the question. Let's see. Raging Ray is not in here. I don't know if he's going to make it in here, but Raging Ray might have been having the same issues. Oh, lady's birthday. You're not going to miss a lot. I'm surprised. I'm going to say it again. I said it last season. Loick's not here at Limeland. He loves Limeland. Where are you, Loick? All right, so Ethan Bill out there with the quick time. Brandon Barnhart, Kenneth Bourre, Nicholas Ham, Matthew Watts, your top five. But there are some names that we have not seen in a while in here. This is going to be awfully interesting. Looks like Sean is up to speed pretty well. Kuta is about 8th. I'm sure he wishes he was a little bit better than that. I'm sure he wishes he was a little bit higher up on the board than that. We'll see if Raging Ray ends up making it in here. Laboon is in here. Colin Murphy's in here. He has not done a lap. As that is going to be the end of practice. We're going to get into qualifying here tonight. Let me go ahead and move it up to quick time. All right, so who's going to be our first victim to jump out on the track? It looks like it's going to be Guff Manis out there in the number 2 machine, being the first one out on the track. Let's see what kind of lap time he puts out here for us here tonight, as he's going to go ahead and pull out. That's a much better pull-out game than me. All right, so it looks like Joseph Matthews is going to make his first lap as he comes through turn number 1 and 2, down into turn number 3 and 4. As he comes across the line, he's going to put down a lap time of a whoa, it's not quick time. Kenneth is going to come out there with a 12.676, I believe is what it is. 624, sorry. 624 is Barnhart. My bad. Barnhart going to come out there with the quick time. Ryan Kuta in the number 35 machine. Been a while since we've seen the number 35. What's up, Shane Haas? Yeah, that's where I would have been going. I was surprised those guys were running as high as they were. But what do I know? I haven't raced in so long. Neither has Ryan. So we're going to see if this works here as Ryan comes out the final corner. He's going to come across the line. Quick time with a 12.624. He matches Brandon Barnhart with the quick time. Holy cow. Let's take a look at this. I got to see it. Oh, 1/1000th of a second difference between Brandon Barnhart and Ryan Kuta. That is absolutely wild. As Swank going to move up into the number 3 spot. Ethan Bill out on the track. He was quickest in practice. He's looking to be quickest in qualifying as he comes across the line to start lap number 1. Brundage is out there. Murphy's out there. A lot of good cars out there as Ethan Bill not liking the way that lap's feeling. He's going to pull out as Damian Ward going to go third quick on the board with a 6.26. Holy cow. It is close up at the front. All right, Roundtree out on the track. We're going to take a look at him as he heads into turn number 1 and 2. Let's see what Roundtree is able to do. I see Nicholas Ham out there. E-Bill going to pull back out there, I'm sure, pretty soon. And let's see, Roundtree going to come across the line. He is going to be, I guess this is his first lap. Nick Ham is going to go 6 quick. Brundage goes to the quick time with a 6.22. Look how close the top of that field is. The top of the field is so quick right now. As Ethan Bill is going to go ahead and not put in he does put in a lap. He is 7th quick on the board. All right, we're going to go ahead and rack them up here for heat race number 1. Let's turn up that sound a little bit on these cars as they pull out on the track. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be the 916 of Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside of row number 2 in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 56 machine, it's going to be Ken Bure. Outside of him in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goff-Manis. Big Block Modifieds, Northeast Modifieds. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 16 machine, it is going to be Sean Krozak. Wow, I'm going to fuck that up. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Top 8 going to transfer through. Top 7 transfer through. Everybody else off to the Conti here tonight as we go ahead and rack them up here for heat race number 1. Raging Ray did not get in there. Not sure what happened to him, as we are going to look for the green flag this time by. Yo, Ryan, what's up, buddy? Almost got the pole. Almost got the pole. All right, looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Brundage leading him to the green. Green flag is out as they come into turn number 4. Brundage going to get a nice jump. Battle's going to be for second as Barnhart has Swank up underneath him as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn. Yeah, the whole top, 6 was pretty close. Nice. Keep me posted. Here it comes. Goffman to the bottom. Barnhart going to get turned around. Barnhart goes around in the number 34. Contact there, and Ethan Bill turtles it down the front straightaway. No way. That is unfortunate. They were in a 3 wide here. Let's take a look and see what happened. Oh, there might have been some net code there. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, my God. Couple heavy hitters taken out here in heat race number 1 as we move back up to the front. It's going to be Swink and Goffmanis battling for that number 2 spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that 4 to go halfway through. Down into 1 and 2, going to be side by side for that number 2 spot. Swank holding strong in that middle lane as Goffmanis rolls the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Starting to gain some ground on the bottom side is Goffmanis, but Swank going to fight back on the high side. Brundage continues the lead as they head into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 2 to go at the line this time by 2 laps to go. Right now, Barnhart in that final transfer spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. White flag in that air. They're going to get 1 more lap to go as they come across the line down into 1 and 2. Great battle up here at the front. Goffmanis down low. Swank up high. Drag race out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Goffmanis gets the tire. Gets it again in turn number 3 and 4. He's going to fall back to third. It's going to be Brundage, Swank, Goffmanis, Murray, Murphy, Krawcheck, Barnhart going to the feature here tonight. Everybody else off to the LCQ. I am saying that. I am right? Yeah, 7. All right, we're going to get ready for heat race number 2. Look who's starting on the pole here tonight. And heat race number 2. Not too much rust there. He's going to come out here firing hard for the pole. It's going to be the number 35 of Ryan Kuta. Outside of him, in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside, row number 2, in the other number 2 machine that's here tonight, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him, in the number 45. What is up with those numbers, Nick? In the number 45, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 11 machine, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him, in the number 49, it's going to be Brock Stout. Then rounding out the field here tonight, well, I guess we're more than rounding out the field. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number 83 machine, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Outside of him, in the number 28, it's going to be Cody McDonald. Then rounding out the field here tonight, last but not least, in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaVon. They're going to come across the line, gets 1 to go this time by as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. We are going to end up with an LCQ. Nice. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Ryan on the gas down the front straightaway. Kuta going to lead it through turn number 1 and 2. Battle's going to be for second. Roundtree down low. Damian Ward up high as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Roundtree not going to come out ahead in that battle as Ward crosses the line second as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, here comes Nick Ham. He's going to try to fill in that top side, not trying to let Roundtree up as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Roundtree trying to fight back, pushes in hard 1 and 2. That's going to allow him to get a good run out of 2, but he clips the wall out of turn number 2, down into 3 and 4. What happened, Ray? Kuta going to lead the way. Damian Ward in second as he touches with Roundtree down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 4 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Ward's going to blink out a little bit, but he's going to get the run out of turn number 2. Almost side by side with Kuta as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. New race leader at the line, Damian Ward, with a big run out of turn number 4. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looks like that top side is starting to come in as Kuta is ripping it on the outside. Here comes Roundtree. He's high on Kuta. Side by side into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Battle for second as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Ryan's going to push it in. Oh, he gives him the door. Feeds him the right rear out of turn number 4 down into 1 and 2. Roundtree going to get tight a little bit there in the corners. They come out of turn number 2. Kuta able to get that number 2 spot. Here comes Nicholas Ham up underneath Roundtree out of turn number 4. It's going to be Ward, Kuta, Roundtree, Ham, Watts, Stout, and McDonald going to the feature here tonight. Schaefer and LaFon to the LCQ. That's wild. All right, so everybody's going to make it. We are having an LCQ, but everybody's going to make it because Ray is not in there. It is going to be Joseph Matthews starting on the pole here tonight. Matt Schaefer in second. Going to be Ethan Bill in third. Jordan LaFon in fourth. And Raging Ray is going to be raging at his ISP tonight as he's got no internet and cannot race. That is unfortunate, Ray. That sucks. All right, we're wait. Is Laboon gonna go ahead and load up for this LCQ, or is he just saying? Oh no, he does. I was gonna say, is he just saying he's saying fuck it for this one? But he does get back out there as we are gonna get ready for tonight's LCQ. Everybody is gonna make it. Yes, you are. You are going to make the race. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you're excited that Jordan LaFon is going to make tonight's race. Make sure you like it if you're excited that Jordan LaFon is going to make this race. Look. We got to be happy for LaFon. LaFon making it. Definitely excited for him. All right, we are going to get that one. We are going green flag this time by as they head into turn number 3 and 4. This is for bragging rights. Everybody's going to make it as the green flag comes out. Good jump by Joseph Matthews as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Bill looking down low. Can't quite get there. Down the front back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. I'll tell you what. They did something different with the lighting, and it's definitely more realistic. When you look at Ethan Bill's... When you're sitting up in the booth and you're watching these cars and you get a dark car like Ethan Bill, it is super hard to see him, especially the numbers. And I'll tell you what. It is giving off that look, except when he gets in the sun. So... They did something with the lighting and the shading on this. It definitely looks way better. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. 3 laps complete, 10 laps here tonight in heat race number 1. Hopefully working in this track a little bit widens it up for tonight's feature. We'll find out as Matthews tries to hold on. Ethan Bill looking down low. Bill looking for the lead into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to roll that bottom as Matthews is going to rip the top side. Well, why do we got smoke coming off the tires, iRacing? As they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, halfway through, 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Bill not able to make the pass. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Matthews leads the way. rips the top side out of turn and number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes E-Bill. He's going to throw the slider in 3 and 4. Cut down by Matthews out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's going to take the lead back, slides into turn number 1 and 2. E-Bill going to come back with the cut down. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Bill thought about the slide job, held it down low instead as they head into 1 and 2. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Thought he was going to come up, but did not as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Maybe not knowing oh my God. LaFon tried to throw the slider on Schaefer. That was kind of funny as they come out of turn number 2. Down into the back straightaway, into 3 and 4. It's going to be E-Bill leading the way. Joseph Matthews in second. Matt Schaefer in third. And Jordan LaFon in fourth. Why is it smoking? Why are the tires smoking? iRacing, what the fuck did you do? Matt, they were literally smoking the tires. They weren't throwing dirt up. They were smoking the tires in the corners. That is just freaking ridiculous. You fucked up, iRacing. All right, guys, let's get ready for tonight's main event. It is going to be 50 laps here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight in the main event, it is going to be the 916 of Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 35, it's going to be Ryan Kuta. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Ray. Starting inside row number 3. In that number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Outside of him in the other number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight in the number 56 machine, it's going to be Kenneth Brewer. Outside of him in the 45, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Starting in at 11th here tonight inside row number 6, it's going to be Sean Krajek. Outside of him, Brock Stout. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight as they head through turn number 1 and 2, looking for that green flag. This time by, it is going to be Barnhart in 13th, McDonald in 14th, Ethanville 15th, Matthews 16th, Schaefer 17th, and Jordan Schaefer in 6th. Yeah, I don't know. Schaefer in 16th, Jordan LaFon in 17th as the green flag is out. Holy cow. I just could not get that right. Green flag is out as Brundage leads the way out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's got Damian Ward rolling that bottom side. Coulthard's going to grab the wall in turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be 3 wide back there right around that number 4 spot. They're going to get it back down to single file and 2 wide as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Right now it is all Nick Brundage leading the way as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Damian Ward in second. He's looking up underneath Brundage as we got a wreck, big pile up in the back. We got a parking lot in turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Oh, it started up further. Looks like it looks like Stout gets pushed around there. Go find him. Yeah, it looks like Brock is going to get hit from behind. Oh, there was just a big stack up in front of him. So this is just a racing deal. Big stack up in front of him. As they were 3 wide up ahead. Brock's just going to get tagged behind. Not a whole lot anybody can do. Bunch of cars caught up into that one. Good cars caught up in that one. Looks like E-Bill took a big hit to the outside wall. That is unfortunate for him. Not the way he wanted to start his season. Get him, Swank. And also, good luck, Nick Ham, says Landon Moody. As they get the one to go, we are looking for the green flag this time by as they come out of turn number 2. Not really sure what they got going on here. All right, we're going to move back up to the front. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number... Oh, Cody McDonald has a black flag as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Ward trying to get that nose to the outside of Brundage. Knows that top side's quick. Brundage going to put the block on him out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Ward back down low. Little bit of a blink there. Causes a stack up. They go around out of turn number 2. Caution flag comes out. Ward had a little bit of a blink there, causing the stack up. Let's go take a look at that one. Yeah, it looks like causes a stack up there. Roundtree gets into Swank, goes around. That is unfortunate for those guys as the caution flag comes out for the second time here tonight. 6 laps into this one. So we got a couple guys down on pit road taking advantage of getting some damage repaired with these caution flags as they look for the green flag here pretty soon. All right, green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be Brundage leading the way. Ward not able to get to the top side that time as they head out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Ryan Kuta on the bottom. He's going to try to get that bottom side to work. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Swank all over the back of Ward as Kuta tries to roll the bottom side. Can't get the speed. It is top. It is actually middle right now. I wouldn't call it top as they come out of turn number 4. Whatever fucking corner we're in. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage going to lead the way. Ward in second. Battles for third as Kuta continues to roll that bottom side through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Goffmanis on his high side as they head through turn number 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Big wreck. Big wreck. Oh my God. Oh my God. Murphy with a big hit there in the number 9 as the caution flag comes out again. Looks like he might have grabbed that wall down the back straightaway. We're going to go take another look at that. LaFon absolutely drives it in there hard. Yeah, he's just going to grab the wall down the front straightaway, or back straightaway, I think is what happened. I don't think he had contact. Let's take a look at it this. Oh, yeah, there was contact. Oh my God. All right, we're going to go jump on board with Jordan LaFon. We're going to get in there, sit on his lap, and kind of watch what happened here. He torpedoed the number 9. Oh, he got sandwiched. Oh, he almost dodged him. He had a car down low. Caution flag comes out here once again. Yeah, that is unfortunate, LaFon. That is unfortunate as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway down into 1 and 2. Going to be Brundage leading the way. Ward in second. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward looking down low in turn number 3 and 4. Can't get the run. Has to get back in line. Goffmanis in that number 2 trying to take advantage. He's going all the way to the top as they come out of turn 2. He gets high on Ward as they head into 3 and 4. Down into 3 and 4. Look for that top side to work. Will Goffmanis be wall famous once again as they head out of turn number 2? Down the back straightaway. Brundage seen it coming. He's going to move up to the top. Clobbers the wall in 3 and 4. He's going to lose the lead. New race leader at the line. It's going to be Ryan Goffmanis into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage tried to make the move to the top side. Caught the wall. Almost costed him the race. Moved him back to second as Ward can't find his way around as they come out of turn number 4. 15 laps in the books. Going to be Ryan Goffmanis leading the way as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Starting to pull away from the field. Battle's going to be for second on back as Brundage trying to get away from the chaos as he's got Swank all over the back of him into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. So far, keeping it pretty clean as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Slide, almost contact there as Ward tried to throw a slider. Then they're running the cut down. Caution flag comes out. Let's see what happened to Schaefer here. Oh, he just caught the wall. Trying to get in right up on the top side. Caught the wall. Caution flag comes out. Ebil going to take advantage, jump onto pit road really quick. He's got a very damaged car right down back there. He needs a lot of help here. These cautions definitely helping the number 14. Is there going to be enough time for him to get it repaired and make his way up through the field? Well, we're going to find out. All right, looks like they're going to get that one to go this time by as they come out of turn number 4. 1 to go at the line. Been a little rough here tonight. Goffmanis with the lead, though. He's got to have Brundage to the outside. First time somebody else has started one of these races here tonight. Let's see how Goffmanis does. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Brundage with a great start, stays on his tail, down into 1 and 2. Going to be side by side behind him. Nick Ham trying to move into that number 3 spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Swank has to stack it up. Big stack up in the pack. Everybody's got to back out of it. Somehow they all survive. Oh, we got one around in turn number 1 and 2. Is it going to bring out a caution? No caution flag. No caution flag as Goffmanis continues to lead Brundage in second. Nicholas Ham in third. Swank in fourth. Barnhart trying to make his way up forward, up 8 spots. Now looking for the number 4 position up underneath Swank. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, looking for 1 and 2. Now he has Ward to his outside. Ward going to grab that spot down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Bottom side is not it as Barnhart has to get back in line as they head into 1 and 2. Looks like when you got those cooler tires, you can make the bottom side work for a little bit, but definitely as the heat builds back up in them, you got to get to the outside. It is definitely a very single file track right now as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Ham's going to throw the haymaker on Brundage, slides up the track, cut down by Brundage. Brundage going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4, slides up the track. Here comes Ham trying to get the run out of turn number 4. Big run for Ham down into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, it's not that bad of a track, but I think it's very locked down. That's part of the problem. Slide job. Ham into the back of Brundage. Brundage into the wall. Oh, Brundage through the slider. Ham gets into the back of him. Brundage somehow held out of that as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nicholas Ham up to the number 2 spot as the battles for third as Swank is going to take that away from Ward. Down into turn. No, they are still trying to wreck back here. Still trying to wreck. Kuta with his hands full. Here comes Matthew Watts. He's going to slide in turn number 3 and 4. Up the track, threads the needle as Kuta. Kuta going to slide it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides back up the track. Here comes Watts. Watts going to try to get the run out of turn number 2. Gets up underneath. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4. Slide job by Watts. Cut down by Kuta. Big run for Kuta. Down the front straightaway. Easily takes that spot back into turn number 1 and 2. 2 and 3 wide behind him as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, they are sliding. Oh, we got one in the wall. Nick Ham in the wall out of turn number 4. Caution flag comes out. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Swank going to try to go for the slider and misses and clobbers Nick Ham. Ham's going to go around hard into the wall. And of course, Brundage thought that was comical. As we get the caution flag here once again tonight, it is 28 laps into this one. We are going to go back green flag racing with 21 laps to go. Anything can happen here as the pace lights are out. We are looking for the green flag this time by. Got a thriller for the opener here tonight as they come out of turn number 2. Cars that are taking damage repairs just pulling out on the track as the green flag comes out. Goffmanis down into 1 and 2. Goffmanis going to slide it up the track. Watt's going to roll the bottom, catches the tire, somehow bicycles it through the corner, able to hold his position as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Swank going to sit in that number 2 spot. Big run down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Goffmanis leads the way, battles first, second on back as they come out of turn number 2. Swank trying to pull in that number 2 machine as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Damian Ward all over the back of Swank. Down the front back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward. Ward going to go down low. Not able to throw the slider. Has to get back in line. Kuta sitting in that number 4 spot. Definitely struggling a little bit here tonight in that number 35. Shaking off that rust, but solid run for him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Ward got the wall, allowed Kuta to catch up. Kuta going to pass him in turn number 1 and 2. Oh, contact between Watts and Ward as Ward ships it into 3 and 4. Not able to pull the slider. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Looks like Swank has caught the leader. We'll keep an eye on that battle as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Brundage. Tries to throw the slider. It's not there. Has to pull out of it. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Goffmanis leads the way. Michael Swank in second. Kuta in third. Ward in fourth. Matthew Watts in fifth as they come down the front straightaway. 14 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2. Right now, single file up at the front. Swank trying to close the gap on Goffmanis as they come out of turn number 4. He's got 13 more laps to get there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Kuta starting to get a hang of the car as they head through 3 and 4. As I say that, it grabs the wall a little too much there. Out of turn 4, down the front straightaway. 12 laps to go. He's got Ward in tow as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Goffmanis continues to lead. Swank in second. Kuta in that number 3 spot. Damian Ward in fourth. Trying to close the gap on the leaders as they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. 10 laps to go. Kuta is there on the back bumper of Swank as they come out of turn number 2. Swank going to grab the wall down the back straightaway, able to keep the momentum up as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Able to stay pace with Goffmanis and not allow Kuta around as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Top 4, single file, all together. We got a 4-car battle for the lead. Who's going to make the move? Goffmanis has to hold on to it. Here comes Swank. He's going to slide in 3 and 4. Swank going to slide up to the lead. Here comes the cut down by Goffmanis. Goffmanis going to keep the lead that time by. Down into 3 and 4. Ward going to roll the bottom. Out of turn 4. Is anything there? He's going to get passed by Kuta. Kuta going to continue to run the high side as Swank peaks down low on Goffmanis. Here comes Kuta. Kuta up underneath Swank as they head through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. 5 laps to go as they come across the line. 4-car battle for the lead. Every one of these guys have an opportunity. Goffmanis trying to play defense, but tons of pressure from behind as Kuta in that number 35 might have found a little bit of speed in the middle of the track as they come out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Kuta going to have a great run through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Yellow flag is out. That is not what we wanted to see. Who the hell is wrecking for last? Oh, it's Murphy. Not quite last. Oh my God. I don't know if he alt F4 or Brundage just got launched. Let's see. Oh, he alt F4. All right, so him and I think it was Sean side by side here. And then Roundtree up underneath. They're going to make a sandwich out of Brundage up on the top side. Nowhere for Murphy to go. Caution flag comes out here once again. That is not what those top four wanted to see. Bo Goffmanis might appreciate that. He was about to have to battle hard for that lead, and now he has an opportunity to get a little bit of a jump on this restart. It is going to be a 3-lap run as they look for the green flag this time by. It's going to be 3 to go when they take the green flag. Who's it going to be here tonight? It is Goffmanis. Goffmanis on the gas out of turn number 4. Ryan going to lead it down the front straightaway. Battle's going to be for second as they head into 1 and 2. Ward goes right to the bottom. Kuta going to take the top side behind Swank as they head into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get that 2 to go. 2 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway in 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Does Swank have enough time to get that momentum built up as they head through turn number 3 and 4? Goffmanis makes a mistake, able to hold on to it. White flag is out. 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Kuta down on the bottom as they come into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Goffmanis made some big mistakes, able to survive from it. As they come down the front straightaway, it's going to be Goffmanis, Swank, Kuta, your top 3. This is perfect timing. Perfect timing for the Supers. Going to be Ryan Goffmanis with the win. Swank in second. Kuta in third. Damian Ward in fourth. Matthew Watt's going to finish in that number 5 spot. Barnhart in 6th. Going to be Roundtree in 7th. Ken in 8th. Joseph Matthews in 9th. Going to be Brock Stout in the number 10 spot. Nick Ham in 11th. Colin Murphy in 12th. Ethan Bill going to finish in that number 13 spot. Matt Schaefer 14th. McDonald in 15th. Krawcheck in 16th. Brundage 17th. And Jordan LaFon in that number 18 spot. Hold on. I'll pause it. Okay, I paused it. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull in these guys. We got Little G. Sliced bread. Kuta, you going to make it in? Yep, there you are. All right, we got E-Bill in here for his horrible night for E-Bill. Oh, I felt bad for you. You just got caught up in everything. All right.
I guess everybody forgot how to drive with the season.
You know, it's possible, and I'm not. It is handling a little different. It looks like it was very locked down, single file tonight, though. So that was a little rough.
They haven't fixed the netcode issue, which is awesome. You know, they spend all this time doing all this crap, and it seems like the netcode's even worse.
Yeah, I think that's a big concern about the damage model. But I mean, about fixing it a little bit, like allowing GIMP to the corner panels. But that might help the netcode too if they did fix that. So I don't know. It is
in the heat. Ryan G was a solid 3 feet away from
yeah.
It was just like
that was bad. Yeah, that was it was bad that happened like that. Should have never happened like that.
All right, enough of me taking spotlight.
Ryan Kuta, man. Good run here tonight. Good run. Yeah. Haven't seen you in a while. Had to knock that rust off a little bit. Definitely didn't need to in qualifying. When it came to race time, definitely, man, it takes a little bit to get back in that rhythm, but you found it. Made your way back up to third. Hell of a race there for the lead. There was 4 of you with a great battle there. Not able to get the second or first, but you got to be happy with that run back.
No, 100%. Trying to knock off the rust a little bit, running Peter's races here and there, and yeah, I mean, I felt like every restart got stuck on the bottom and just lose spots when the lane was like middle. So I didn't want to race anybody the wrong way or rub anybody the wrong way. So just was patient, let the wrecks happen, and you know, just slowly made it up there. Um, setup was great. Ethan Bill did a great job, and all the guys over there, they did a great job this week. You know, testing and tuning, and you know, they brought a rocket ship too. You know, obviously, everybody on the team ran real good. And fortunate to Ethan and some of the other guys that got caught up in some of this stuff. But you know, us going 1 through 4, definitely good. Start the season off.
Yeah, definitely some fast cars up there. It seemed pretty locked down. You know, this is a track that we've used to be super racy before the build, before the new dirt build when we got tire wear. Seems to have lost a little bit of that excitement here. But you guys were trying to make some sliders work and some other things, and it looked like when the tires were cool, you could get a little bit going on the bottom, but you only had about 2 laps you could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of new to this whole tire wear thing because I mean, the last time I ran big block official was probably 2022, so it's been a little bit. I haven't, you know, raced much, but I'm happy to be back here and start learning again because it's a whole new learning curve again, all over again. But I mean, I just ran the line that I was always used to, top and then cut down off of 3 and 4, and that was always my go-to line, and always try to slide in 1 and 2 because it's kind of hard to slide in 3 and 4 when they get such a good drive off the top and off of 4. So, no, but I felt like it was a good run. I'm happy with it. You know, good run to the rest of the guys, and like I said, congrats to Ryan on the win. Michael for second, and Damian on the fourth.
Yeah, great run. Any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just got to thank Ethan for tagging me along on this. You know, I can't thank him enough for bringing me along, and all the guys over there, Nick Ham. Like I said, congrats to Ryan, everybody that ran up front, everybody that's helped me tonight to you know, get back into it. And yeah, thank you for streaming it and do what you do.
Always good to see you out there.
Yep,
Swank, man, I think you did not want to see that last caution. You were starting to put the pressure. You were starting to put the pressure on up there. Not able to quite steal a victory away here tonight, but solid run for you here tonight in the 27.
Yeah, it was a really solid run, other than the fact that I fed Ham a right rear on that slider. I thought I could clear him, have him come back down, but it sounded like Damien was there, and it just didn't work out. So I was trying my heart out for Hammy to take the win so I could dedicate that one to him, but it didn't work out that way. It was usually not one of my tracks, so I can't thank Ethan enough for hooking up the 27 machine.
Nick Ham says, I blow. Swank, fuck you.
Oh shit!
It's all fun and games until you get fed a right rear.
Yeah,
yeah. I've never done it to Nick Ham. He'll tell you. He says, "Just kidding, Swank. I love you."
Yeah,
but
just I felt really bad with that, and like I said, Lima's not my track, and I tried to. He was getting into the wall, and it was screwing me up a little bit, so I tried to shoot my shot, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, that wall definitely grabbed a few people. We watched it happen to Brundage early when he tried to move up to the top when he saw Ryan. When he saw Little G get hit in the top side and he tried to move up to the top, grabbed the wall, and it definitely created some chaos there. But good run for you here tonight. You got to be happy with that. You've been slowly getting back in the groove of things ever since you've been running more often. You got to be happy with these runs. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, thanks, James. I got to thank everybody at the Thrill Factory, that I haven't had much time in the week to actually test with them and stuff. So it's awesome that I can come hang out with these boys and get the information I need to keep up front. And Ray for getting me that nice wrap, and and Ethan and Ryan and the other Ryan for not running me over, and Damien. We had a good race. That was really fun. It's been a long time since I had that much fun, and I can't believe I had that much fun at Lima Land of all places.
Yeah, you've had some good races on these little bull rings, and yeah, definitely a big shout out to Nick Ham for keeping you out of the wall there.
Absolutely. I wish it would have ended different with Ham, but
I just
it
pick it
didn't.
on
So
him.
I guess he owes me one now. So
Good run, Ryan G. Man, a great run for you. Another victory. You're on a little roll here, man. That thing's been hooked up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been good. I don't know about tonight. I just got lucky there with the restarts and starting up top, and then like hats off to everybody who raced clean up front. It was I don't know if it was a different different people, maybe it wouldn't have been that way, but it definitely played out in my way, like better than like a lot of people's did tonight. But we've been rolling good, and I think I don't think I had the car to win tonight, obviously, but thanks to everyone else for racing me clean, and just hopefully we can keep it rolling.
The cab just said Swank's on probation. Yeah, we were talking a little bit last time about how you've had to change your style a little bit now that the track has changed a lot from when I used to call you Wall Famous, and tonight it was the top side that really hooked up and gave you some speed here tonight. Did it feel comfortable jumping up there and hitting that cushion again?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know.
what up?
In the beginning
What
it
up,
did
Dylan?
because it was tacked up, but at the end there, I mean, I made it like a little bit of adjustment with gear. They all had a different gear than me. I wanted to try something I've always ran here and at Kokomo and stuff, but and it was really good in the beginning. I felt like I had really good drive.
Which
forward
Dylan you
traction.
talking
Like,
to?
yeah, I thought it was really good. And then at the end there, I just lost all right rear stick. Was holding up all those guys.
I
And
don't know
was
which
like telling
Dylan
them
you're
like, I'm
talking to.
sorry, I'm trying to get this thing
the
rolling. But
back half of the
I
field
just
not
it felt
belonging to
good
Bobby
in the
McGee
beginning, but at the end there, I was holding on for dear life.
Well, good run here tonight. You want to go ahead and give a shout out to Friends, Family, Sponsors?
Yeah, definitely. I gotta thank E-Bill. He was practicing all day today. He got this set on dig once again.
I think Ethan Jones.
Never
Is
fails to
this me or
disappoint.
these fucking cars still like
Everyone
turds now?
that raced me clean, Swank, Kuthal, Damien, they all raced me very clean. I really appreciate that. Good to have those guys on the team, and you for putting up the broadcast for this. It really makes it a cool deal. JLR Technologies, Jack, Winners Performance, everyone else were there. Matt's and Overhead Doors, and just everyone that's around me that helps me out.
Appreciate you guys. Good run here tonight. Definitely had a few bugs to work out with a few drivers, but good run here tonight. And if you guys, I know sometimes you guys jump in. We'll be doing the ARCA Dirt on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Alrighty, sounds good, man.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too, man. See ya.
James, I got a question for you real quick.
Okay. I got an answer for you, maybe.
So I know with the new display and everything, or with the old one, you would just hit the space bar to clear it. How do you clear the display now? Or
I'm still able to hit the space button.
really? Yeah, for me that does not work for me. It just moves my mouse back to
Go into
center screen.
go into hold on, let me look real quick. Go into interface, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look. It's all different. I'll let you know if I find something. I'm looking now. UI. I'll have to look later probably, but you might just need to set up the button.
Yeah, trying to figure out what that thing is called.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll let you know if I figure it out. I'll look it up later.
All right, cool. Thank you, James.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I was waiting for an interview. How'd the wall taste? Oh, I tried to pull you up. How'd the wall taste?
Oh man, I went from like 700 mile an hour to like -70.
It was pretty bad. He missed
Is
he
there
missed
a-
big time.
Is there a reverse hard charger?
You mean the most spots lost?
Yeah, that's me. Come on, give it to me.
Did
James.
you
I
get
want
the
it.
most spots lost?
I think so.
How much? Ray wants to know how much iRating he lost in that one.
It might have been most iRating lost. No, Ethan takes the cake with that one.
Let's.
Here we go. I have an award: the most self-confidence and pride lost. There you go.
we're gonna have to put the old lady in the car next week. Maybe she'll do better than you.
She goes forward, so I don't know.
All
if I won anything.
All she's got to do is keep that momentum going forward. She'll be all right.
Yeah, she's hit less infield tires than I have, so.
Let's see how much iRating that Ray lost. Oh, it's not going to tell me. It's not going to tell me because he wasn't in the feature. I don't think it tells me in the result.
Really? That's the thing now? I'm so, like, everything is so much more crazy now. They all got these fancy little gadgets and buttons and stuff while you're racing. It's so distracting. And then you got, like, everybody that's, like, 6 centimeters away from your car. This is wild, man. I don't know if I can put up with this.
Well, go enjoy the super race that I'm about to broadcast. I got to go through these lineups.
All right, perfect. Love you.
All right, later, bud. All right, Nick Ham coming in to talk a little bit of shit. We're going to go through this lineup real quick. It is going to be Ethan Johnson starting on the pole here tonight. Mason Inman in second. Going to be Turner Nicholas in that number 3 spot. Jeff in fourth. Going to be Derek Darnell in the number 5 position. Young in a 6th. Going to be Haynes in the number 7 spot. Ty in 8th. Samuel Lawson 9th. Richie Yost 10th. And Dylan Ward in that number 11 spot as we look for the green flag here tonight at Knoxville as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be top 7 transferring through. Johnson going to get a big jump out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, Johnson is goated right now. He's got a 11,200 iRating. He is at the top of his games. Is he the highest iRating on dirt right now? Does anybody else have an 11K? I don't know if they do. Going to be Turbo down on the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2. Contact with the wall for Inman. Inman going to stay in and down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Turner going to try to slide. He does out of turn number 4. Here comes Inman back down low, down the front straightaway. Looking for turn number 1 and 2. Inman going to try to get that drive out of turn number 2 down on the bottom. He does get a little bit of a run, but not able to pull it side by side as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Oh my God, we got a door. Oh, we got one in the wall. Bryce Young gets stuffed hard in the wall in 3 and 4. Right now it is Dylan Ward in that final transfer spot as he slides through turn number 1 and 2. Logan Haynes going to hit a big run. He's going to take us back as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Dylan Ward going to slide in, leans on Haynes as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I don't know some of these guys. That's what I get for doing the second top split of the night. As they come out of turn number 2, big run down the back straightaway by Haynes. He's going to get side by side with Ty as they head into 3 and 4. Ty going to throw it up the track, slides up the track. Here comes Haynes down low. Haynes with a big run. He's going to take that number 6 spot down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Ty back up underneath. Not able to slide him as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Johnson pulling away from the field. He is out by 1.2 seconds with 2 laps to go over Turner as they head into 1 and 2. Inman going to roll the high side. He's going to pop the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Tries to get the run down the back straightaway. Battle's going to be for 4th. Here comes Derek Darnell with a big run as Haynes going to be all over the back of him in turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Battles for 4th on back as Jeff is going to slide in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Darnell as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Haynes up underneath Darnell. He's going to give him the door up over the berm. Able to hold on to it. It's going to be Johnson, Turner Nicholas, Mason Inman, Jeff Bowser. Is that right? Darnell, Haynes, and Ty going to the feature here tonight. Ward, Lawson, Yost, and I didn't see who was last, are going to the Consi. All right, we are going to stack them up here for heat race number 2 as they get lined up out on the track. It is going to be Dylan DeMastro starting on the pole here tonight. Outside of him, it's going to be Trevor McCoy. Starting inside, row number 2 is going to be Jordan Koblenz. Outside of him, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside, row number 3 is going to be Brandon Schatz. Outside of him, it's going to be Blake Henn. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him, it's going to be Aaron Bowman. Starting inside row number 5, it is going to be Cody Darnell. Outside of him, it's going to be Drake Perry. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it's going to be Isaac Ezel. Going to be 11 cars here tonight in heat race number 2. 7 transfer through. Who's it going to be? Well, we're about to find out as they come across the line and get that one to go this time by. One to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Who's it going to be here tonight in heat race number 2? We are about to find out as Dylan and Trevor bring him to the green flag this time by. Side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Pace truck pulls off. Green flag is out as Dylan's on the gas side of turn number 4. Dylan going to take the lead down the front straightaway. Trevor has his hands full as here comes Jordan up underneath as they head through 1 and 2. Trevor's going to bang the wall as McCoy shoots down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Side by side behind him is Schatz and Brundage going to bang doors into turn number 3 and 4. Trevor McCoy with a big run through 3 and 4. He's going to close the gap on the leaders. They head into 1 and 2. McCoy going to try to look low in turn number 1 and 2. Not able to do anything with it. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. McCoy so good in 3 and 4. Let's see how much he gains as he comes out of turn number 4. Going to be 2 laps complete. We got 6 laps to go. Trevor looking at the bottom is getting sketchy behind him as Brundage rolls that bottom side. He's going to fall back. No, he's going to make contact as they head through turn. I think it... Oh, Brundage. Which one is Brundage? Brundage might be on the top side. I might have these guys mixed up as we got accidents happening in the back. Oh, Brundage is the 99. Okay. So just making sure as Brundage tries to make his way up through the field, battling Brandon Schatz as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 4 laps complete. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the slide from Brundage. Brundage does not take it all the way to the top. Big run on the high side by Schatz. Here comes Aaron Bowman. He wants a piece of action in the number 44. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go as they come across the line as Brundage falls back to the number 6 spot. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, we have 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th all together as they head through 3 and 4 as McCoy continues to run the top side. He is definitely slowing down as Dylan DeMastro has pulled away down into 1 and 2. Dylan with a great run here tonight as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. It's going to be white flag this time by 1 lap to go. Battle back here for that number 4 position as Bowman tries to find his way around Schatz as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead has closed in. McCoy going to get the run, jumps up on the cushions. Let's see the run he gets out of turn number 4. It's not going to be enough as Dylan Mastro going to take the win. McCoy 2nd, Jordan 3rd, Schatz 4th, Bowman, Brundage, and Watts going to the feature. Darnell, Ezel, Henn, and Perry going to the LCQ. All right, let's get them lined up here for the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. There are 8 cars. We are sending 4 home here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be Dylan Ward. Outside of him in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Cody Darnell. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Samuel Lawson. Outside of him, it's going to be Isaac Ezel. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be the number 29 of Richie Yost. Outside of him, it's going to be Blake Henn. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it's going to be Bryce Young starting on the inside of row number 4 with Drake Perry in that number 8 spot. It is going to be 10 laps here tonight in the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. 4 people going home here tonight. Who's it going to be? As these guys put it all on the line to just stay alive tonight as they pull out off the pit road and onto the track. So they're going to get the 1 to green when they cross the line this time by. This is one of those must push yourself in a good situation, not get caught up by something stupid positions, as these guys are going to be absolutely going for it. What's up, Rich? How you doing, bud? As they head into turn at number 3 and 4, they're going to get the 1 to go this time by. How you been, buddy? 1 to go as they come across the line. Dylan Ward and Cody Darnell on that front row. You know, if you're Drake Perry here, man, you are looking and you're like, I got to get 4 of these guys somehow, and this is your view. As they come down the back straightaway, looking for the green flag this time by. Who's it going to be? We're going to jump up on the spotter stand as they head into turn number 3 and 4. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Green flag is out as Dylan Ward, gets on the gas out of turn number 4. So used to saying Damian Ward. Green flag into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Darnell down on the bottom side. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. They touch again into 3 and 4. Who's it going to be at the line as they're wrecking at the back of the pack? Oh, they keep it straight as Drake Perry going to slide into that final transfer spot. Richie Yost going to go all the way to the back as they come out of turn number 2. Darnell has taken the lead. Dylan Ward back to second. Samuel Lawson to third. As battle is going to be for that number 4 spot. Looks like Isaac Ezel is done for the night as they come out of turn number 4. These guys in this group right here need to settle in and catch the 21 car if they want a chance. Out of turn number 2, big damage it looks like on the nose of Bryce Young as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide for last. 3 wide in the rear as they come through turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of contact there. That is going to cost them time on that number 4 spot. Big race for the lead. 3 wide for the lead out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Darnell down on the bottom side. He's going to slide into 3 and 4. Cut down by Ward out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Contact as they come across the line. 4 laps complete. 6 laps to go as Ward takes the lead into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Darnell with a big run out of turn number 2. Takes that momentum to the bottom side. Not able to get up underneath. Ward going to jump up, bounce that cushion as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 5 laps complete. Halfway through, 5 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Darnell going to roll the bottom side. He's got Lawson behind him as they come out of turn at number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Going to be 4 laps to go this time by Ward. Able to bounce that. Man, what he's doing with that slide in 3 and 4 is absolutely killing it. As they come through turn at number 1 and 2, Darnell trying to find some speed as they come down the back straightaway. Ward starting to pull away. Looks like Bryce Young and Richie Yost are done. Blake Henn in that number 5 spot trying to reel in our 4th place car of Drake Perry. That will be the battle for the final transfer spot. As we move back up to the front, Ward continues to lead. Darnell second, Lawson in third. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go when they cross the line this time by 2 laps to go. So these guys really wanting to race it in here, get as good a spot for the feature here tonight. One position will make a big difference here as they come through turn at number 3 and 4. Going to get that white flag. 1 lap to go as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battle for that number 4 spot. It is there as Blake Hen has caught Drake Perry into 1 and 2. White flag is out. This is the battle for the final transfer spot. Blake Hen going to try to get the run out of turn number 2. Perry trying to play a little defense. They make contact into 3 and 4. Blake Hen going to push them up out of the way as they come out of turn number 4. Looking for the line. It is going to be Darnell, Lawson, Hen, and Perry going to the feature as Ward wrecks and not able to make it to the line before those guys, and he is going home here tonight after leading a good part of that one. Well, that got pretty wild. You guys know what time it is. It is time for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight. Am I streaming your opener? Is this your opener? All right, starting on the pole here tonight, it is none other than the number 11 of Ethan Johnson. Outside of him, in the number 62 machine, it's going to be Dylan DeMastro. Yeah, I see that. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 1 machine, it is going to be Turner Nicholas. Outside of him, in the 00, it's going to be Trevor McCoy. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 71 machine, it's going to be Mason Inman. Outside of him, in the number 27, it's going to be Jordan Coblentz. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 7 machine, it's going to be Jeff Bowser. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Outside of him, in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Schatz. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight, in the number 86 machine, it's going to be Derek Darnell. Outside of him, in the number 44, it's going to be Aaron Bowman. Starting inside row number 6. Where's he at? In that number 31 machine, it's going to be Logan Haynes. Outside of him, in the number 99, it is going to be, where are you? Nick Brundage. Starting inside row number 7. In the number 4 machine, it's going to be Ty Louseberry. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Outside of him, in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Starting inside row number 6 here tonight. In the number... Oops. Helps if I... In the number 2 machine, it's going to be Cody Darnell. Outside of him, in the number 44, it's going to be Sam Lawson. And then rounding out the field here tonight, it's going to be the 69 of Blake Hen. And Drake Perry as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Johnson going to jump out to a big lead as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. I'm pretty sure he could keep that up all night. What's up, Stacy? Yeah, it's on YouTube right now. It's live, but it'll be on YouTube, yes. I don't know how quick it takes it to upload it completely onto YouTube, but we're live on YouTube right now. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Johnson going to lead the way as Dylan DeMastro sits in that number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 2 laps complete. Battle going to be for that number 2 spot on back as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Inman down low, up underneath, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4, side by side for the number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Who's it going to be at the line? It's Dylan DeMastro at the line that time by. Inman going to get a great run through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, takes the second spot back. Here comes Turner down low into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for third out of turn number 4. Looks like that bottom side pretty hooked up right now as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be Turner in that number 3 spot that time by as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Johnson going to continue to lead with Mason Inman second. Turner, Nicholas in that number 3 spot. DeMastro in 4th as they come out of turn number 4. And Brandon Schatz in that number 5 position. Take a look back here. It's a little bit crazy as Brundage is trying to make his way forward up 2 spots in that number 99 side by side with Jordan down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to shove it in hard up underneath Derek Darnell. Darnell up the track through turn number 3 and 4. Looks like that bottom side starting to hook up a little bit for these guys. As you can see them all moving to the bottom, all starting to bottom feed as they are 2 and 3 wide in the rear out of turn number 2. I was going to go say, let's check on our leader, but he is 1.6 seconds out in front of the field. So we're going to check on Mason Inman as he's only a half a second in front of third. Not a whole lot going on there. Big stack up just behind these guys as it looks like Jeff got into the back of McCoy as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Brundage in the number 99. He has moved up 5 spots up into the number 7 spot. Matthew Watts, he's up 5 spots into the number 9 spot as it is getting interesting here as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4, side by side. Watts up underneath Jeff as they head through turn at number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Matthew Watts down low. Jeff up high out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looks like the lane's starting to even out, but Watts gets a great run out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Brundage looking up underneath McCoy. Up ahead of this battle as they come out of turn number 4. All contact just behind him. Watts and Jeff get together. Jeff sideways into turn number 1 and 2. Watts sideways to avoid him. Watts down into Jordan. Jordan going to go down low, split down the back straightaway. Darnell going to back out of it as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Lots going on there as they head into 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Going to be 11 laps complete as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 50 laps here tonight for this event as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Jordan down low. He's going to find his way around Watts. No, Watts going to push it in hard into turn number 3 and 4. Watts has got to be a little frustrated right now as it looks like we're starting to get a battle here for the number 4 spot as Brandon Schatz has caught the 62 of Dylan DeMastro. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Ethan Johnson has checked out. He's in his own zip code. 2.2 seconds out in front of second place. Mason Inman. 1 second ahead of third. And then you start to close them in a little bit as we see the battle for third on back. Down into turn number 3 and 4 is going to be the battle for that number 3 spot. Brandon Chance trying to find his way forward. The Mastro trying to hold on. Nichols just ahead of them as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be single file for these guys this time through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Dylan trying to roll the bottom side. Schatz down lower. Not able to do anything with it. They get back in line into turn number 1 and 2. So Schatz going to try to run the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2. Trying to roll that bottom. Trying to run something a little bit different than the rest of these guys. Finding a little bit of speed maybe as they come out of turn number 4. Back here it is utter chaos as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Beating and banging. We're watching that battle. I think this is for... I don't know, about 11th on back as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway, it's 10th on back. 10th on back as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Cody Darnell with a big run down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Back up, check back up on our battle for third. Looks like Turner has pulled away from these guys. It is, and Trevor McCoy has closed in on this battle. This is now going to be a battle for 4th on back. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Brandon Chance trying to find his way around the number 62 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Going to be 20 laps complete when they cross the line this time by 20 laps complete as Ethan Johnson crosses the line right now as we watch the battle for that number 4 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Great. I've lost a little bit of signal. What has happened here? I don't know what it is. It's got to be something with my internet. Down the front straightaway looking for turn at number 1 and 2. Going to be Ethan Johnson leading the way. I know it's buffering, guys. I know it's buffering. I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix it right now. It doesn't look like it should be buffering, so it's got to be something with my internet. As they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2, Ethan Johnson has pulled away from the field. I'll tell you what, though, Mason Inman is closing the gap as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be all Ethan Johnson out front. Inman closing the gap now within 1 second of the field. As they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Not sure why my internet is sucking ass right now. We'll see if that fixes it a little bit. You guys over on YouTube, how bad does it look? Johnson continues to lead. Inman is definitely closing the gap. 0.7 of a second to the lead as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Inman trying to close that gap a little bit more. Loses a little bit out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 26 laps complete. 24 laps to go. All right, it has come back. I don't know what happened to my internet there, guys. I'm sorry about that. Something happened. Sorry about that. As Turner Nichols sits in that number 3 spot. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Pretty quiet race right now. Here comes Brandon Schatz back up underneath Dylan as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Man, it is so, I don't know. It just looks hard to pass. Here we go. We found a battle. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be Blake Henn out in front of this one. Aaron Bowman, Ty, and Derek Darnell. Derek Darnell back 6 spots. He's our biggest loser other than Logan Haynes as they head through 1 and 2. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Battle back here for 12th on back as they head into 1 and 2. They're starting to race a little bit in front of these guys as they come out of turn number 2. Going to move back up to the battle for 4th as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 20 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Brandon Schatz down low. He's going to get up underneath Dylan side by side out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. So some of what you're going to see right now is some of these guys have wore these tires out a little bit. We might see some comers and goers as it looks like Ethan Johnson has just pulled away from Mason Inman now back up at the front. Maybe just kind of sandbagged a little bit, saved some tire, let Mason get there, and then pulled away to let him know who's boss. I don't know, but he has pulled back out to 1.6 seconds over Mason. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Dylan DeMastro in that number 4 spot. Brandon Schatz in 4th. Trevor McCoy in 6th. Brandon Schatz in 5th. Trevor McCoy in 6th. Nick Brundage in 7th. As these guys continue to beat and bang at the back of the pack. It's lots of side-by-side racing. I just don't see a lot of passing. As I say that, Watt's going to throw a big slider in 1 and 2. Cut down by Cody Darnell. Darnell going to get the big run down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Watts grabbed the wall a little bit out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 34 laps complete as they come across the line. Ethan Johnson leading the field now 2 seconds over Mason Inman. Oh, we got issues in the back. Nope, they keep it straight as we move back up to this battle as Dylan continues to try to fend off Brendan. Brandon into turn number 1 and 2 in that number 34 machine, trying to close the gap on the 62. Turner Nichols running the high side. These guys, I think, are starting to close the gap a little bit. Maybe. Let's take a look at the lap times when they come across this time by. Last time they were a lot faster. Let's see what they look like as they come across the line this time by. Yeah, they're about 2/10 quicker than Turner right now. He's starting to lose a ton of ground. This is the last one, Dougie. Last one. Down across the line, and this time by battle for third is starting to heat up here. These guys are definitely closing on the one machine as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Ethan Johnson out front, Mason Inman second, battle for third. We're watching it now. Turner Nichols trying to hold on for 12 more laps, but Dylan DeMastro and Brandon Schatz are there as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes DeMastro into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to cut up underneath out of turn 4. Battle for third as they come down the first straightaway into 1 and 2. Slides up the track. No, he's going to stay down low. Dylan stays low. Turner going to try to get the run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Move Dylan DeMastro up to the number 3 spot as it looks like Schatz is starting to lose ground on both of them. Turner going to be all over the back of that number 62. Is that 62? Am I saying that right? 62. Down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for that number 3 spot. Neither of them want to give it up as they look for turn number 3 and 4. Inside 10 laps to go. It's going to be 9 laps to go as these guys come across the line this time by. I'll tell you what, Ethan Johnson has pulled out to a 3-second lead now. He is on fire here tonight as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 8 laps to go as they come across the line. This battle has calmed down a little bit. Turner might have used up those tires. DeMastro pulling away. Here comes Schatz trying to put the pressure on the number 1 machine. This is a good run for Brundage. He's currently sitting in the number 7 spot. I don't see him in late models very often, so solid run for the 99 here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Brundage going to send it into turn number 1 and 2. These guys all nose to tail right here. Not a whole lot of passing going on as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Blake Henn and Derek Darnell side by side out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4, side by side here. It's almost like they're just running 2 different races as we move back up the pack. As here comes Brundage putting the pressure on Trevor McCoy into turn number 3 and 4. That battle's starting to heat up as they come across the line. It is going to be 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side, here comes Brundage down low, up underneath McCoy. Out of turn number 2, drag race down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Brundage going to send it in. McCoy going to slide up, bang that cushion as they come out of turn number 4. Who's going to have that spot this time by? It's going to be Brundage at the line with 4 laps to go. Brundage up to that number 6 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. McCoy gives it a little too much gas, got sideways into out of turn number 2, down into 3 and 4, easily allowing Brundage to take that spot. But here comes McCoy trying to fight back on the outside. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to stay on this battle right now. It is the closest one. Well, I take that back. It is no longer the closest one as here comes Brandon Schatz all over the back of Turner Nichols. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. Battle for that number 4 spot as they head into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. White flag going to be in the air this time by 1 lap to go as our leader crossed the line as they come out of turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Johnson is checked out 4.1 seconds in front of the field as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Johnson going to come out of turn number 4, takes the win here tonight. Mason Inman second, Dylan DeMastro in third, Turner Nichols 4th, and Brandon Schatz in that number 5 spot. If you are in the top 3 and you jump in the Discord, obviously I will give you guys an interview like always. As we wait for these guys to cross the line, there they are. We're going to go through these results. Check the Discord here in a second and see if anybody's in there. It's going to be Ethan Johnson with a dominating win here tonight by 4.1 seconds over Mason Inman. Going to be Dylan DeMastro in that number 3 spot. Turner Nichols in 4th. Going to be Brandon Schatz in the number 5 spot. Nick Brundage in 6th. Jordan Koblentz in 7th. Going to be Trevor McCoy in the number 8 spot. Matthew Watts in 9th. Jeff in 10th. Going to be Cody Darnell in the number 11 spot. Aaron Bowman 12th. Derek Darnell in 13th. Samuel Lawson 14th, Blake Henn 15th, Ty in 16th, Blake Perry in 17th, and Logan Haynes in that number 18th spot. We'll see if anybody jumps in here, but what a night of racing here tonight. Welcome back for the season opener here for season number 4, 2025. It has been a good show here so far tonight. That is going to be it for us. Remember, ARCA cars have moved to Wednesdays. It will be a non-points race this Wednesday. We're going to try and get some people up in there, maybe test a little bit of a different format. And we'll see what happens with that ARCA series. It's been a lot of fun. And now a lot of the regular dirt guys will be able to race it since we're not tying them up during the openers. I don't see anybody in the Discord. No surprise there, guys. That is going to be it for us tonight. Thanks for coming out. We'll be back tomorrow with the Texas Speed Race at Phoenix, I think it is. So you guys don't want to miss that. And the Gen 4. As always, though, until next time, be safe and have a good night.